Hi, welcome to Brizy, and we are going to look at what's new in Brizy, what's new in the cloud, and then what's upcoming for WordPress. So actually both of these two platforms are getting these updates because these updates relate to the Brizy Builder. And as you know, the Brizy Builder is central to both these two platforms. So whether you are using Brizy Cloud or the plugin for WordPress or both, you're going to benefit from this because there are lots of the new goodies that you're going to love. Just quickly, before we do that, at this moment, which is today, Sunday the 19th of July, the rollout for Brizy Cloud has already happened in the last week, and you can actually go and check it out in our blog. You will find everything there regarding the display block conditions, the mega menu that's in there, new elements like Lottie, table, and how to work in draft and also save and clear your layouts. And I'm going to show you quickly a run through in this video, everything regarding those new features that have been rolled out in Cloud. And if you are a Brizy WordPress plugin user and you don't work with Cloud, then you may want to sign up for the beta testing in the future. That will allow you earlier access for this. Of course, that is testing, so you're not going to be using it on a live website. And to sign up, if you're not signed up already, go to brizy.io, scroll to the bottom, look here at updates, and click here on beta test. And that will take you to the sign up area, give your email address, and then you'll be in the run for the next beta testing when the next features roll out. I would wager very carefully, but our beta is almost in final. So keep your fingers crossed. Maybe this week, maybe this week. So let's have a look at what is new in Brizy Cloud and then what will be new in Brizy WordPress plugin. And again, basically, this all relates to Brizy Builder. Some features are free and some features will only be pro. But everything I'm going to show you here are equal between the Brizy WordPress plugin and Brizy Cloud. So I'll be using Brizy Cloud for that. And I'll just go into a project here, which is a website. And then let's look at the big new feature here in the bottom right-hand corner where it used to say update or save. Now it says update, but there's a little selector next to it. So let me just scroll down a little. I forget this one doesn't scroll. If I click here, you're going to see we have three options here. So the first one that you can do is now you can switch to draft. So why on earth would you want to switch to draft? For Brizy Cloud users, this is particularly very useful. And that is when you want to make changes to your site, but you don't want it to go live yet. This is the same for the WordPress plugin as well as for Brizy Cloud. So now I have it within Save Draft. So any changes I make here will not be affected on the front end. I can exit, I can come back. It keeps a copy of the original for the front end and your draft here that you can work on. And the moment that you are very happy with it and you feel confident, you're not going to make a fool of yourself, you just go to publish, and now it is live and published to your site. While we are here, these two new options, clear layout. Now, clear layout is going to do the following. It's going to clear your entire page. That sounds like something that you may not want to do, and I'm going to undo it. It will bring back my entire page, I hope. Yep, there it does. Why would I want to clear out my entire page? Now, like me, I often work on stuff and I just have some ideas. I throw it left and right and around, and then at the end, like, what a mess I've made. Let me take it all out. And a clear layout is great. Previously, what you had to do is you had to go here to reorder blocks. And then from these thumbnails, you would go manually click to remove each of these blocks one by one by one. And though it wasn't a big deal, it did take up some time. Now here you can just go with clear layout, and like I had shown you, it's gone. Now what about the third one, save layout? Brilliant. Save layout is going to save your entire page. So if I click here on save layout, it's taking this page and it's saving it. And it, depending on your connection and how much content, especially images you have on your page, this may go very quickly or it may take some time. That was moderate. Let's go ahead and clear layout, and now we're going to bring in that saved layout. You're going to find it in the blocks manager. So start building your page, click here, and then go up here to layouts, and you will not find your layout here. You have to go to your saved area. Click on saved, and you will see this is where your blocks usually are displayed, those that you have saved. Now you have layouts, and click on layouts. It's going to render a thumbnail for you, and this was quite a long page. Beautiful, everything honky-dory. And you click on it. Before I click on it, something we will cover in the weeks to come, saved library is syncing to your Brizy account. And what's this? Not gonna click on it now. Next time, right? So we're just looking at the new features. I click here on this layout that I have saved, and it brings it in. Absolutely awesome, stunning, great, wonderful. Go test it out. If you've got Brizy Cloud, this is in both the free and the pro. So while we are still on the free, let me just update here. What else is in free is this new element here, table element. What an amazing, wonderful element this is. And you're going to have a lot of fun playing with the table element. I'll scroll down to the bottom. Let's add a new block, create one, and then we bring in the table element. And just by dropping it in there, you're going to be very impressed with how it displays. What is so awesome about this is that you don't need to work with templates. You don't need to work with all kinds of external templates and save things. You work directly in here. You don't work in a sidebar. Everything is done the Brizy way. You see this text here? Don't be fooled. It can be anything. Any element can be brought into that cell. So if I grab here an image, and you can see all the gray lines, so I can drop that in there, and then I can bring in an image in there. I can bring in, well, what else? A line. Any element can go in here. Sky is the limit. And then you have full control over this head row here at the top and this area over here, which we call the sidebar. And you're not restricted only to these two columns. You can increase your columns, and you also have control over the rows. This is a really super spiffy, nice little element, and it's for the free one as well. Another feature that is also included, and that will be for all platforms, free and pro, is that of positioning. Now, positioning is something that if you're not entirely familiar with it, be careful with it. But if you feel confident enough to play around with positioning, then you're going to find it quite a treat. So for example, where can I grab something? Let's grab this image over here. So you can see the image is placed here, normal stuff. I go to my settings and I go to more settings, and then here in the sidebar, and I'm going to lock it, dock it, and then you see position over here. It's going to give me 2 additional ones that I can choose from. If I click on absolute, I'm going to have a little change there. And the reason that happened is because the width is now set to 30%. I'm just going to jot it up to 100% so we get back to where it had been. Now, as you scroll, nothing really have changed because you haven't changed the position. That you do over here with the horizontal offset, like so. And you can do it with the vertical offset. So what you're essentially doing is like you're applying margins, negative margins, and that kind of stuff. And what you're doing is you're moving it out of that container, the column containers. You can see the blue container there, and then you can see that my image have been moved. Now, what that means with absolute is wherever I place it on this site, it will absolutely stay there. That's how I try to remember it. So when I scroll, it stays there. That's what the point is. On the other hand, fixed positioning is going to fix it to your viewport. Now, the viewport is this entire real estate, the screen that people view it in. Now let's just grab the width here and drag it down. I have no idea why it's like that. And now, I think 100% is maybe 100% will be the screen. So I'm going to put it at around, say, 38%. Now when I scroll on my page, observe that image remains there. And that is how the fixed positioning works. It's fixed to your screen, so it will remain there regardless of where people click. It's going to stay there, and you can just put it back on none if you want to go back to how it usually works. And that's also in the free Brizy Cloud and free for Brizy WordPress plugin. Some pro features, and a lot of what actually happens next, a lot of that is to do with pro features, and we have a new element for pro, and that is Lottie. And if you've been keeping ahead of what's going on in the world, you would have learned about Lottie. Lottie is very big at this moment, and Lottie is graphic animations. Similar to SVG, it's scalable, so you can see this one is pretty big, but I can scale it down. And it doesn't matter how big I scale it, it's always going to display pixel perfect very nicely. Of course, you don't want to use this one, and all you need to do is click here, and then here is Lottie link, where you will be able to grab more graphics. That will take you to a website called lottiefiles.com, and from there you simply grab any of those graphics that you like, and it will be brought in here. Watch out for upcoming tutorials. We will show you in detail how to work with each of these new features and elements, so you know exactly what to do with it. And that is the new element, Lottie. This is a pro element, not available in the free versions. For many of the others, like our accordion, our tabs, and our switcher, we have brought in some other interesting features. For example, you can have active displays now, as well as entrance animation for the content. Let me show you what I mean by that. I'll bring in switcher, I'll drop it there. So I have my switcher here, tab 1 and tab 2. Let's build something out here in tab 1. I'll bring in a column, columns, and then inside that column, let's just put a map. This column, and then we can just put an audio bar and that one over there. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Right, so for whatever reason you build out a switcher, and then tab 2 will give you something else. What you have now here, that if you go to the settings and it's already open, you will see entrance animation. Usually entrance animation relates to the entire element, but now it also relates to the content. If I click and choose something like fade in up or bouncing up, you're going to have that. So whether I choose tab 2, it bounces up, or tab 1, it bounces up. Right? So you can apply that now to both the content within those containers. Let me take away the sidebar. And you can also apply it still to the entire element by going to the settings, and you'll see that you still have under advanced here entrance animation. Great. And that applies, if I'm not mistaken, to a number of these. It applies to accordion, tabs, a few of them. Off the top of my head, I cannot recall them all now. Let's take this one away. Let's talk about some really goody thingies that you would probably be very interested about. One is the mega menu. This is again in the Menu Pro feature. So you'll get that in Brizy Cloud Pro, and you'll also get it in the WordPress plugin Pro. Again, we're going to have full tutorials on this, so if you wanted to know more, don't worry, you'll get them all. Click here on any of these item links, and you'll get the toolbar that pops up. Now, what is great, again, I've not seen the mega menu this great on any platform. It's the Brizy way. No need for you to bring in templates. No need for you to go and save things in the back end and then bring them in and use all kinds of layouts. You're going to do everything right here. Click here on the hamburger and you will see mega menu. I click it, it activates. And what you should immediately understand is that we've got a builder's area. All I need to do here is bring in elements. So naturally, the best way to build out a mega menu is bring in columns. And then within these columns, you can put in everything. So if you, for example, put it on contact, you can bring in a map. And then over here, you can bring in an icon box with some details. And you build out there a very nice mega menu. And you can do this for any of these links that you have created, whether it's a custom link or a page link. This one currently relates to home. You can see this is only for the home where I have this mega menu. I can go to contact, click on that, same thing, and I can apply the mega menu here and disable it. Very, very neat. The other thing that comes now is block conditions, global block conditions. If I go up here to the block, and this is a header block, so it looks a little bit different. You are used to this function, make it global. What happens when we make something global? By clicking on it, you have now created this block here. And wherever you copy it again, it will pull the same features and updates that you make to one and apply it universally. Now, this had always been a problem with Brizy, is that we didn't have what you can say template conditions where you create a template and you say this is the header, this is the footer, and so forth. So when we created a header, we could make it global, but you had to go manually to your About page and to the Selections page and to the Contact page, and you had to add it to that. Again, not the end of the world, but we understand if you can do it in one go, why not do it in one go? Now, this is where Brizy is going to be a little bit different to maybe other platforms that you are used to. In most other platforms where you build out a header to be displayed on each and every page, what you're going to do is you're going to create a template and you're going to assign that template maybe as a header template and then say apply to all pages or all posts, etc., etc. Not in Brizy. You don't need a template for it. It's called block conditions. And to access it, the first step is one, to make what and whichever block you are using to make it global until you see that one. And remember, we did it over here. Once you've done that, you will see display conditions pop up here. Click on that and it's going to say include this block on the following pages, home. And I have a number of pages here. I've got the home, the about, selections, and contact page. If I want this header to appear on all of these pages, I simply select all. But let's say I only want it to appear on my home page and my contact page. I select home and then I click here and add contact. Right? Simple. Let's delete it. We put it on all. Let's save it and update it and go view it on the front end to see how it will display on the other pages. This is my home page. Okay, and I just hovered over it, so it's my mega menu. Then about page. And there you go. My menu is applied to the top. It's a little bit bigger. I've just enlarged the screen, so that's why the menu looks that big. But you can see, as simple as that, you have applied this block to all of your pages. And you can immediately begin to understand you don't only have to do this with a header. If I go back here into the builder, I can do it with any of these guys. I grab this block. If I wanted to do that, go to block, make it global. And then once it has turned into a global block, I can simply go again here and you will find your display conditions there. By default, it will be set to display on that page that you had created it only. So the reason why you may want to do that, especially if you like to have a page header at the top, where you have maybe a hero image with the title in there, then a very nice way of doing it. You create it here, you display it across all the pages, and when you go to those different pages, you simply go and you deactivate it, and then you can change the image. Very nice, very simple, quick. The last one that we can look at here is going to make a lot of people very happy. Gonna put an SEO smile on your face. Let's use this image again and click on it, and I'll go to my settings, and you will see the first thing is that now our settings, where we are used to only percentage, you can also switch it now to pixel. So you will have full control over how it is displayed in both the width and height in pixel perfect terms. Drag that up to 100%. That one is going to make you very happy. Click on more settings, and this is the one that's going to make a lot of people happy. Here under advanced, it will open on styling. Simply go to advanced and you will see here the alternative title down here. We've got the alternative title there for your images now as well. There are a number of other improvements with this update. We are very excited about this one. Things are progressing very, very nicely, and we think that you're going to have a lot of fun with this one. If you are a Brizy Cloud user, go check out the new features on Brizy Cloud. And just to remind you that whenever you are within Brizy Cloud, where am I? Over here. Let's exit, go to dashboard. You can always check the new features by going up here to your account and click on what's new. This is going to give you an indication of everything that had been added. So we talked about the global blocks, draft functionality, the Lottie element, and then these animation options that I had shown you. for the tabs, switcher, accordion, and we have the active colors now as well for accordion and playlist. And then the menu option. Shoo, that is a tongue twister. Menu, mega menu, and menu orientation option. Let's go and have a look at this one. That one is also going to make a lot of people very happy. We grab our menu up here and let's select it here. So you have to select the entire menu. And then let's see, first option here, and you click on orientation and it's going to give you a vertical menu. Sweet. Let's go back here. So we have padding, menu padding option for mobile menu items. Cool. Menu styling options for active. We got that. And that means that now, right, which I have here, my active page will display in a color. That's again in the Pro feature. And then there's a lot of fixes included as well. Enabled shape option on responsive for all sections. That's your shape dividers. And then styles are added automatically when importing a layout. Small little thingy, but when you bring in layouts in the future, you don't have to click that the color or the style set is imported. It is imported by default. Go ahead and test it out. If you're a Brizy beta tester, you can still play around with it. Please just remember, don't install it on a live website. And if you are a Pro user, for the new beta testers, you have to bring in your Pro license. That's just a little change we had made there. So when you download the free one and you download the Pro one, make sure that you still add your Pro license in there to make sure that you can get functionality access or access to the functionality of those new features in the Brizy Pro beta. But very soon, make sure you subscribe here to our YouTube channel, and we hope you are doing well and staying safe. We're working very hard from home. The world is in a strange place at the moment, but we hope to still bring you the goodies in the days and weeks, months and years to come. Stay safe, be well.